of Fame would like to thank John Sutherland for doing this production. He was a class in 1962, and John was a terrific job. And guys, could we get the lights up a little?
That was a wonderful video that was done, and there were pictures in there, unfortunately, that I wish I didn't remember. But it was absolutely fabulous, and it brought back some wonderful memories of being on a team that was as close as a team could possibly be. We went all through. I'm talking about the senior class at this point. You know, starting with our sophomore year. And going through the 3 years, and all of the joy and wonderful times that we had. We used to go to the Bowdoin Scholastic up in Maine. We used to go to the Penn Relays, which was absolutely astonishing for youngsters in those days. Some of us had the opportunity to go to Madison Square Garden and compete in the National Interscholastics, and it was just an absolutely fabulous opportunity for all of us, and we became a very, very close-knit group. Obviously, the seniors could not have accomplished all of the winning that was done, and we were blessed by having underclassmen come along, and you saw the numbers of juniors and sophomores in that production that were just absolutely wonderful members of our team. It is, of course, a team award, and a team is measured by the coach. And our fondest memories are of Coach Gleason. I wish that he was still with us to be here tonight. But a coach is very much, he is a trainer, as the Kentucky Derby trainers are doing right now. They have to get their athletes ready for the big meets. And when you don't realize it at the time, but when you think about it, a coach can overtrain someone so that they're absolutely burnt out when it comes time for the state championship, or they can undertrain and you're really not ready to compete in the state championship. Mr. Gleason had the knack to be able to bring us to the point that when the state championship events came along, that we were always at our peak, and for that, in hindsight, you don't realize how important the coaching is to bring about championships. The only other thing that I would like to mention is one of our absolutely outstanding members of my class, which is the class of 1956, with Paul Woodland. He finished second in the state cross-country championship. He was also a state champion in the 1,000 yards indoors and the 880-yard half mile outdoors. Paul died about 10 or 12 years ago. I'm not exactly sure of the date, but I did hear of his death. I know that he had suffered a stroke several years ago. And anybody who remembers Woody, he was just an absolute wonderful teammate and gave his all at every meet. And we certainly are sorry that he is not with us, because he certainly was one of the outstanding members of our team. Thank you very, very much. Of all the great joys that we've had as a team, being part of this Hall of Fame, I think, tops them all, and we're delighted. Thank you.
Bob Norton and Bob Caprillion knew we were the last ones tonight, so I just want to end with just a couple of thoughts. As we underclassmen, just like any of the other sports teams, you have your leaders, you have your mentors, and we had a great senior group that gave us the inspiration to lead. I want to be a little light moment here for you, if you would. You athletes who grew up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, we had a class reunion a couple of years ago, and Frank Aracali penned some beautiful things that we were dealing with in our times, and I'd like to just read a couple of those for you. In our days, downsizing meant losing weight. Spin was what you did with your yo-yo. Surfing was done on the beach, but not on a computer. Hackers were golfers, and bugs were crawly things. A virus kept you in bed with Vicks VapoRub, and windows were things you hated to wash on weekends. Time-sharing meant togetherness, not computers or condominiums. A chip was a piece of wood. A web was something a spider spun. And when you were wired, it was best to let a friend do the driving. So we did have a lot of fun. We did a lot of work, hard work, and I don't get back to Watertown as much as I would, but I went by Victory Field, and I'd like to leave this with all of you tonight. And I think these are all the athletes who are honored tonight. There is a saying, and if you go by Victory Field, I never saw it before, but I think it speaks well, hopefully, of what this new century will bring for Watertown athletes. And it simply says, it's from the class of 2000. It says, in the end,